Yo, what is up guys, Quaz here, and today I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to make simple GGFX style intros. And if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much where you make the animation in Cinema 4D, and then there's no special effects, and then it's just a black background, and then you go into After Effects, and then you make all this stuff and kind of that simple style intro. So here's a few examples for my intros I made. And then also I'm gonna go over some reflections, how to get these nice reflections right there, and also some HDRI stuff. And then this video is gonna be in two parts, by the way. So one part's gonna be the Cinema 4D, which is the animation. And then the second part will be the After Effects part, which is the lighting, some of these effects, stuff like this. And here's another example I did. Get these nice reflections there. And so yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Close that. So let's head into Cinema 4D. So here's one of my project files. So it's pretty much just a simple animation with some nice reflection materials and some nice glossy text. So let me render this real quick. Alright, it's almost done. My computer's really slow, I don't know why. Let's see if this is gonna render. Why is it taking so long? Okay, now it's frozen. Ridiculous. Alright, let's try and render this now. Hopefully this is gonna work this time. Sorry about that. Alright, so see, you get these nice reflections right here and this nice glossy material and stuff like that. So this is just one example of my intros. So let's start a new document or a new project right here. Then I'm gonna load my render settings. I have a preset, and so let me delete this. And so pretty much it's just 1280 by 720. Then this, to make it transparent, which basically means it's gonna have no background, just the animation. You just wanna check both of these. They'll normally be like this, just check this and then straight alpha. Then you want to go back into your scene and add a mo text. I have a preset here just because I use that like every time I use Cinema 4D pretty much, and so I made a little preset there. And so you're gonna click on the mo text and go to object and put the alignment at middle. It's pretty much just aligns it in the center of your screen. And also makes it a lot easier for future stuff like animation. So I'm gonna change the text to Quaz like this, and then I'm gonna use some, let me see what font I should use. Let me just look for a simple font. What's this one? Alright, I'll just use Harbor because it's a nice simple font. And then I'm gonna increase the depth like to around 160, 150. Anyway, it's fine. And then I'm gonna go to caps, go to fillet cap on the end and start. And I use 13 steps and 4 as a radius. It's just a nice round edge. Too high there. You can always go higher, but I always just use that. And you don't really change anything else. So I'm gonna create a new material here. I'm gonna go for a nice blue, I think. Yeah, let's do it a little bit darker. That looks good. Then we're gonna go to reflection, put this on Fresnel. Then I put the brightness up here around 30. It doesn't really do much, but then you're gonna put the mix strength at around 30. I think looks good. Looks very nice. And then you're gonna go to specular, turn down the width to around 18, 20, and turn up the height to around 56 or so, somewhere around there, however looks good to you. And then also, so I'm gonna drag this on, just like this, and then if we render it, we'll see that we have no reflections right now. Don't really know why that's like that, but I think it's just the way my camera's put. Then for lighting, I use the Grayscale Gorilla Light Kit Pro. If you don't know who Grayscale Gorilla is, I suggest you Google him. He's just amazing at C4D and stuff. And so I have a ton of presets. If I go to my lighting kit, which I haven't released, by the way, comment if you guys want that. So I have a ton of presets I made for intros I've used, but the main one I use is this. It's just a ring light and overhead softbox right here, and also a HDR sky. Then for let me close that. So for HDR, what I use is I go to the Grayscale Gorilla Light Kit Pro and use the HDR sky if you have it. Otherwise, you can always just go to put a sky in and make a reflective black. Choose the HDR file you want. Sorry. Then put that on the sky. So this pretty much gives just really nice reflections right here. And so if we render this, if it'll render, hopefully, you can see we got some really nice reflections right there, and also some nice shadows and stuff. Just looks really nice. And so let me increase this to about 120. I usually use like around 150. Find that key. I usually use around 150, but for this tutorial sake and time, so I'm just gonna use 100 for now. So I'm gonna add a camera to the scene. Where is it? There it is. And as you can see, it's right there. Excuse me. Then we're gonna go turn this. Let me click off the camera. We're gonna go to the side. I always go to the side for my animation stuff. Then so we can get a good view of the camera and where it's at in proportion to the camera and stuff. So I'm gonna go to around 45, I think, or 50. 45 seems good. And I'm gonna click on the mode text and add a keyframe right there. Then I'm gonna go around right here and move this right here, maybe a little up, and then move this out a little, and do some simple rotation here. Maybe a little bit back, like this, and then we can always turn this a little bit, and then we're gonna hit keyframe. So if you play it now, it's gonna come in like this and go right there, and then we're gonna go to around right here, 75 seems good. We can always move this later. And then also, if you do start keyframing and then this goes like this and kind of bends back and like this, there are some complicated ways to fix it, but an easy way is to just copy this keyframe and paste it every few frames, cause then it won't have time to move back. And I know there are a few complicated ways that I've seen some tutorials on to fix this, but this is just a really easy way. Then you can always go back and play through it and see if it moves at all. See how that's, so we might want to add another one right there. So now it just stays perfectly still. And then we're gonna go to the end and then move this out, down, and then change the rotation a little bit. Not that much. Not that doesn't look too good. Do this, and just do that. That looks pretty good. And then so let's play this. It's gonna come in like this, stop right there, and then it's gonna go out right there. So actually, let me make this a little higher, like 120, 115, I think would look good. That. So now we can move this out just a little bit, and now let's play this. So it's gonna come in like this, or then come out like that. So actually, I think, what is that? 108 seems good. Again, I'm just doing this really quick. Sorry, I can't really see my keyboard right now. Alright, so that's pretty much our animation. Then that's pretty much all we're gonna do for the C4D part. And as you can see, we got some really nice reflections right there. Actually, I might wanna decrease my depth a lot, actually, because that looks really deep. Alright, See, you get those nice reflections right there, along the tops and everything. So next time we're gonna go into After Effects and do the rest.